Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you very much. As we perfect. As we learn Mishna Ches and Mishna Tes in the second parak of Bava Metzia, sponsored by the Fisher family, Leili Nishmas Basi Bas Rabit, Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruven. We learn Leili Nishmas David ben Chaim, and Lefu Shlomo for Yomis ben Chayesar for the schus of Avram and Yom ben Ishmael Malch Yudis and family, sponsored by Yod Klugman and family for their Parnasa Gesund and Nachas, and Lefu Shlomo for Meir ben Chayesar. So the Mishnah says, Motzah Svarim. Let's say Shelley finds a sefer, and in the olden days, the sefer was a scroll. All the svarim were scrolls. So he has to learn from it once every 30 days in order to air it out. If he doesn't know how to learn, then he rolls it from beginning to the end. Now, if he learns from it, he shouldn't learn something that he didn't learn before, because he's going to look in it in one place a very long time and maybe wear it out. You shouldn't learn together with a chavrusa, because each one might pull it towards him and they might come to rip it. If Shelley finds a garment, he should shake it out once every 30 days to keep the moths away. He could spread it out for its use, but he can't spread it out, let's say it's a bedspread, for his own honor. Silver utensils and copper utensils, so that it shouldn't corrode, he should air it out what's good for it, but you shouldn't use it to cause it to be worn out. Golden utensils and glass utensils that don't need to be aired out, you shouldn't touch them until Eliyahu comes. Now, Shelley is a man of dignity. You wouldn't catch him walking in Marine Park with a neon-colored hula hoop that sings. You'll never catch him doing that. He would be mortified. So then he doesn't have to pick it up, because the pasuk says v'salamta pa'amim shata yuchel isam. You could hide from the lost article if it's not your dignity to pick it up. So if it's a big beach ball that says that, I like to be bounced around, and he would be embarrassed to carry that beach ball through the street. So matzah sack oikupa, if he found a sack or an old basket, the kol davar she'ein darkei lito, or anything else that's not dignified for him to carry in the street, harizeh lo yitol, he doesn't have to pick it up. Now, not everything is a lost article. You have to know what to take and what not to touch. Ezu yaveda, what constitutes a lost article? Matzah chamor oipara, if he finds a donkey or a cow, royin bader, grazing on the road, that's not a lost article. Ezu aveda, the owner let it out to graze. Chamor v'kelev hafuchen, but if it found a donkey with its saddle helter-skelter, the saddle is hanging on the side or under its belly, or para rotza ben akramim, if he found a cow running in a vineyard, which is dangerous because it could break a leg, harizu aveda, that's a lost article. Now, let's say Shelley returns it and it escapes again. How many times does Shelley have to bother to return it? Hechziro varcha, if he returned it and escaped, Afilu arba v'chamisha pa'amim, even 4 or 5 times, chayiv la'achzira, he should return it even 4 or 5 times. Shenema ha'shev tishivem, you should surely return it. Ha'yabatel misela, in the event that Hayabatal misela, in the event that Shelley had a job that paid him a sela an hour, and he's busy with the animal for an hour. Lo yaimerloi, he can't tell the owner of the hour, of the animal, tainli sela, pay me for my loss of work. Rather, the owner only has to give him how much Shelley would be willing to take to do his less, to do this less demanding work, rather than his harder work. So let's say he would be willing to do easier work and take a cut and only get paid a half a sela. That's what the owner has to compensate him. Now, but let's say Shelley is not willing to lose his pay. Im yesham bezdin, if there are three people there, masna b'fnei bezdin, he could stipulate in front of bezdin, I'm only doing this, but I want the owner to compensate me my full wage. Now, of course, the only time then he would pick up the lost article is even if it's worth a lot more than his wage. If it's a big pen, and he spends an hour returning the big pen, and he's going to have to pay him a sela, which is 20 big pens, then of course he shouldn't pick it up. Now let's say there's no bezdin there. In Ein Sham bezdin, if there's no three people, b'fnei miyasna, who could he stipulate? Then since he doesn't want to lose his wage, and he doesn't have a bezdin to stipulate, shaloi kaidim, his worry of losing his payment comes first, and then he doesn't pick up the lost article, he leaves it for the next person. We want to really very much thank you. Remember, tomorrow again, we will also have the Chumash on the Tzavim Vayelech, and have a wonderful evening.